and welcome to Freedom That Overcomes podcast. My name is Nguyen, and I'm here with my co-host,
Allison Franklin.
Allison. So we met like in 2017. I think I
Seems
reached
so
out.
long ago.
Right. We met in 2017, and that's when I was going to college at that time. And I reached out to Redeem Ministries, and then from there, Redeem Desiree, who was the director of operations there.
Correct.
Hi,
Desiree. We love you.
Yeah, I hope she's watching this. That'd be great. Desiree is so sweet. Yeah, she was the one who actually told me about you.
Yes.
And then from there, we were in the process of filming.
Correct.
For Treasures, and we will talk about that in our upcoming podcast. But
which you must watch.
Yes, for sure. And so then we got to get to know each other through that, filming the interview, and it's just, I got to know so much about you, and I'm sure we're going to share Allison's story as well as my story in this podcast.
She's like family now.
Oh, thank you, Allison. Yes. You are too. You've just been such a huge source of encouragement for me throughout this process.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Allison. And I'm thankful that we got to meet. God, made our paths cross for that, and so. This podcast, Freedom That Overcomes, I just wanted to talk about that. Freedom That Overcomes, we're a podcast that talks about just the freedom that Jesus offers to those who may be experiencing any kind of
abuse, exploitation.
And with that comes healing. With that also, we want to talk about anything related to human trafficking to raise awareness, encouragement to others who may have experienced trafficking or maybe
experiencing trafficking,
right? Even currently, or maybe they want freedom from just that part of their life. This is a safe place, right?
It's a safe place and a brave conversation.
Yes, right. And then we want to instill purpose from their place of pain. We want to instill purpose in their lives, right? And anyone who's watching this. And
with that, we do want to disclose a trigger warning. So we do talk about sensitive information. So if you do feel like you're being triggered, please remove yourself and make sure you take care of yourself.
Yes, thank you for that, Allison. Yeah. And I just wanted to briefly introduce myself. I know I said my name is Nguyen. Just graduated from seminary school with a master's of applied theology with emphasis in biblical counseling. And Allison, I think we talked, I know we talked about this briefly, how I got into the fight against human trafficking. So how it started for me was, it was in 2016. This was a year before I went to college, and that's when I met you, when I started film school. And before that, it was 2016. I was at work, and I knew a little bit about human trafficking, but it did not ring a bell to me until that moment. I was in my workplace, right? And I was taking a break. My coworker comes up to me, and she shows me her phone. I'm like, okay, and so I'm this is how it all started, honestly. And I was just sitting there, but she told me to come over to her, and so I walked over, and she showed me a video, and
I can tell it already still has a huge impact on you.
Yeah. And in that video, it was a live Facebook video, and I kid you not, it was just this petite teenage girl. She looked like she was probably 16 years old. Someone was recording. It was live, right? And you could hear in the background someone recording, holding the phone, and they're speaking in Vietnamese, my native language, right? Speaking in Vietnamese, the girl who's recording, that girl, right? And she's on the ground, and you can see that she has her hands over her knees and her head's down, right? And she didn't have any clothes on at all. And you just imagine this, very, very, thin. And,
your
it just seemed like she was...
Or your daughter.
Right.
Your best friend.
And the girl who was recording, you could hear her in Vietnamese saying, look at my poor sister. Look at my poor sister, right? Next thing you know, she's handed a bowl of noodles. And then there's this, you see in the screen comes in this... it was...
Monster.
Yeah, monstrous. And it was just at that moment, the guy was you could see the guy's just his back, and he's
It's his presence.
Yeah.
Nefarious,
Releasing his feces into her bowl while she was eating noodles, and it was the grossest thing. But that's what led me to,
and rightfully so,
to want to fight against human trafficking. Right. And it was just God leading me one after the other, and I was like, God, I mean, like, I know I want to do something, Lord, but what is it that you want me to do? Like, and honestly, Allison, I kept running from it. I just kept running.
And a lot of us do.
Yeah.
It's hard to step into your calling.
I kept running from it. I was like, Lord, I don't know. Like, I can't make it.
Right.
Like, I can't make a difference, but like, God, you can make a difference through me. And that's when I just had to learn to like trust him.
Right.
And like,
Amen.
trust him, like, even when I'm afraid, like, I don't know what I'm doing, Lord, but you do. You know what you're doing. And so, if you want to use me, Lord, use me.
Right.
And
use me as your vessel.
It took many years, Allison. Like, it was 2017 when we first filmed, right? And now it's 2025. It's been 8 years.
It's a long time.
Right? And so, like, I know I just finished my master's degree in December 5th. And I chose biblical counseling because I always wanted to, like, counsel other women, and it's always been my heart.
I love that.
It's always been my heart, and and we're here now, and I'm like, Lord, use me, lead me wherever you call me, Lord.
Amen. and to speak somewhat on what you're sharing is that there's room for everybody in this fight, and it will take all of us to fight this, and to do God's will and to be a vehicle for His grace.
Mm-hmm. Can you share with us, Allison, how you got into this?
Sure. So, originally I got into it because I was gang trafficked for nearly a decade in Houston, Texas. Unfortunately, there's a common tragic thread for a vast majority of individuals that have been commercially sexually exploited or even trafficked, two different things, but very similar. And that starts with childhood sexual abuse, and that's really where my story begins. And with that, it provides, especially when it's a caretaker, which 90% of individuals that are sexually abused as a child, they are, abused by their caretaker. And so it convolutes, our sense of love. And so we look for love in all the wrong places, and that's how these traffickers, bait and trap individuals with promising love or, affection where they had none. And so that's kind of the similar story to mine. I fell for the wrong person, and it was just a game to, exploit me. And so, and it was a process, not an aha moment upon my exit. I didn't realize, that I was being brainwashed into this horrific experience, and that individual through acts of violence, threats of violence, intermittent acts of kindness, really did brainwash me. We call it Bridwin's card of coercion, and that was used to make me base my self-worth on how much money I earned him that night. And so through 8.5 years of abuse and exploitation, it was a process where I gradually got up the courage to leave him. And really it was my grandmother coming all the time, just to shower love on me and show me the compassion of Christ. Just hold space with me. And those small acts of kindness, not just from her, but maybe that person that bought me chicken that day or said hi to me or saw me, those added up, and I began to get the courage to leave him. And so I did. I left him. And the healing process was a lengthy journey as well, but I couldn't do it alone. There are amazing people like you and other individuals that made a huge impact on my life. I went through a court system that my probation officer actually identified me as a trafficking victim. Actually, she misidentified me as domestic violence. But through counseling, I was able to identify myself as a sex trafficking victim. And from there, I just hit the ground running. And since then, I've been able to go back to college, get a degree. I've been able to train thousands upon thousands of law enforcement. I was an adjunct instructor for an organization that did technical assistance training for law enforcement, board members on numerous nonprofits, advisory boards, survivor advisory boards. I work at national, state, and local levels with other leaders, survivor leaders. We drive policy change and research.
Wow.
Including the direct service work that I've done as well.
That's amazing, Allison.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your grandmother.
Yes.
I met your grandmother. I remember when we were filming that day, I got to actually meet your grandmother, and She was just so inspirational.
She stole my car from my pimp.
Oh my goodness, we have to talk about that. But
that's in Treasures. If you want to know more, go to
oh
Treasures.
yes, speaking of Treasures, yes. So Treasures. I know that we're going to talk about it more in our following episodes, but Treasures, just to talk briefly about Treasures, because I don't want to spoil it too much. Treasures is our documentary series that we are working on, and it highlights life after sex trafficking, and not so much focusing on the story, but even though, yes, there is a story, we will highlight that, but what Treasures is more about is just the life after and the hope and the healing that we have from that place of pain, that only Jesus can bring, right? Of course, there is a backstory just of how we got there. You know, there is darkness, and there's darkness all around us.
We are
right?
hope dealers.
We I love that, hope dealers.
Former crack dealer, current hope dealer.
Oh my goodness, Allison.
We're getting shirts.
Hey, you know what? We need to. I would wear it on this podcast. I would totally wear it.
Yeah.
So we highlight just the transformation that Jesus has given us, and how we can live that out to the world.
Right, and you never know the impact that you're making on someone when you share that light with them and hold that space.
Yeah.
Without judgment.
Right.
And I just know from my own personal experience in that darkness, without my fellow man and without God, that I met evil face to face, and with that, on the outside, coming out on the other side of that, I realized that to see evil face to face, there has to be light. And that was really my first step in the direction of our Lord. And then, of course, my grandmother role modeling that compassionate Christ and all those acts of kindness to, really, I feel like when we shine that light, we empower others to do the same.
I love that. Thank God for his light, right?
Amen.
And his light lives, like we have his light, right? And we have to shine that light into the darkest places. And Allison, I love that's what you're doing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're wearing those shirts now.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm getting those shirts made for us.
Oh, yes. I would wear it. I would totally wear it. Hey, you know what? And we can start selling it too.
Yes,
oh my God.
on the site.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's going down.